Morning, everybody. It's been a while. I've been very busy working offline, and I'm going to share it with you a little bit about what I was working on. But this chat is hiding. Come back. There we go. We are live on multiple different platforms, 2 different YouTube, vertical and horizontal. We've got Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, although chat's disabled there, Facebook, chat's also disabled there, etc. In these drumming live streams, I like to share what I'm practicing, how I'm practicing. It's been, over a week since I practiced, so it's going to be a bit rough. I've been playing drums since 1998, and most of it's been rudimental and concert stuff, and only a little bit on drum kit. So all the stuff that you'll see today is just stuff that I'm actively still working on. But I added in at the top of every single one of the drumming playlists on my YouTube channel a very short video that kind of shows you how to use whatever videos are in the playlist. So I made 28 different versions of these videos for all the different types of playlists that we got in here. So it shows you, like, here's how you do the drum charts, here's how you do, like, the drumming tips, etc. So if you're interested in it, check this out at the top of each one of them. It'll give you some quick tips on how to actually practice with the exercises or use whatever videos you're taking a look at in the streams. Now, in these live streams, I share how I practice, what I work on. Inside of each one of these are timestamps that shows you, like, here's what I talked about, or here's the thing that I was actively working on for X number of minutes. So check out the timestamps if you're interested in that. I often get people come in and ask some questions about, like, how to improve their playing, or even sometimes how to improve their teaching, because, like, my PhD's in music education. And I edit those down and put them into this playlist, the drumming tips playlist. It's got several hours of drumming tips in here. Keep you busy for a while. If you are unsure about a title of it, check the timestamps, because sometimes there are several videos all combined into here. So these are just like highlight reels. So if you're interested in that, check it out. As always, the best place to go to find everything organized is actually my website. So /drum, which is linked at the top of the screen. This takes you to here. We've got 55 chop exercises, 386 triplet grid variations, 533 for 16th note. A bunch of drum charts. There's like 55, I think. 217 marching bass exercises, 188 technique stuff. And then here are the playlists that I was just kind of talking about for the tips and the live streams, which I'll actually change these thumbnails later. Stay tuned for that. So we're going to be using a book to work on all them independence today. So this book is called 50 Ways to Syncopation. It's by Don Moyle. And it's got 50 ways to play through the Syncopation book by Ted Reed, and a bunch of charts in here as well. The limb independence method or philosophy reasoning is from Gary Chester, New Breed 1 and 2. So I highly recommend taking a look at these books. They are super helpful. And you can actually find them all the way down here under the tips section. Just click under the books and gear I recommend, and you can check out a lot of different books that I recommend. So 50 Ways to Syncopation is this one, and then New Breed 1 and 2 are right here. Most of these are Amazon affiliate links, so thank you for people who have used them. It does help me out. I get about 4%-ish back from Amazon if you use any of these links. Even if you click on this one for Lee Howard Stevens' book, and you're like, I'm going to buy a television. If you click on this first, I actually get 4% back on that television, which is pretty sweet. So if you want to buy, I don't know, $1 million watch or something, click on one of these first. You'll help me out. Okay, before we get into all the practicing using this progress journal, we're actually going to get motivated here with Shia LaBeouf. It's been a while. Now that I finally finished that project, with all those drumming playlist previews and whatnot, and then a couple of gaming stuff, I'm really looking forward to streaming again. Here we go. Shia LaBeouf, help me out. Do it. Just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it. Make your dreams come true. Just do it. Some people dream success. Well, you're going to wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not going to stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it. If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up. Oh, yeah, I'm super motivated. Thanks, Shia LaBeouf. Okay, so I have taken Dom's book and I put it into this spreadsheet for myself. So this will help me out with being able to get through this. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. Man, I'm so rusty. It's been forever. So I've been sharing like some quotes that have resonated with me. So quotes that I find interesting or helpful or whatever. So I actually want to share with you one that I really enjoy. Okay. So the quote is, actually, it's just like a thought for myself. So I like to create content that interests me and helps people. There's a follow-up to it. Sorry, my screen is messed up. So there's a tendency for people that are like content creators where they will create something and then it like pops off. It just like does 100 times more views or engagement than like another video. So then they start chasing an algorithm or that particular audience. And so a problem with that is you can end up running away from who you are and what your goals are. So instead, the thing that I like to do is like create stuff that interests me in some way, like the gaming stuff, or helps people, like all the free drumming stuff on my website. Like this is all stuff that I wish I had when I was coming up. If instead I were to just like follow like what does well, like I would have stuck with some of the video games that like popped off, like on some of my shorts get like, or even some of the Instagram ones get like a couple 100,000 views. And I'll look at it and be like, okay, well, I could keep making more of this, but then I would get pigeonholed in only playing one game. Like one of the ones that I'm thinking of was Fortnite. It got couple 100,000 views, and if I had stuck with just Fortnite, I'd be hating creating content right now because I genuinely can't stand this chapter. It's like, it's terrible, the last couple of seasons. So if you start, again, chasing that algorithm or chasing that audience, you can end up running away from yourself. So highly recommend focusing on things that interest you, or at least like finding a balance. So like you could be like, I'm going to make like 2 for you, 1 for me kind of a thing. Whatever works for you. Anyways, let's actually get into this. Rusty here. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to work on is we're going to warm up here. And we're going to warm up with this very first pattern. And the first pattern, when we play through it, we're going to do it at 170. Sure, that sounds great. So it is the like stock pattern of just ding, ding, ding. So you're playing ride with hi-hat on 2 and 4. And you're just going to read through the short notes on the snare drum, long notes on tracer, I can't speak, etc. That's all you're going to do. It's very simple. Okay, let's do it. So we're going to go to the charts right here, and we go past the grid stuff, and we're doing swung, so we're doing 170, so we'll go into this playlist over here on the right. That's from 160 to 240. And again, there is a very short video that kind of like gives you an overview of how to use these charts, as well as a video that unpacks how I develop limit impedance. So if you're not sure how to do that, check out this video. It is the method outline in New Breeds 1 and 2, and I've used it quite extensively. Okay, so we're going to go into the timestamps, as always, to jump to whatever specific BPM we want. In this case, it's 170. Let's do it. And let's turn up the volume on my end. The play along is muted on your end because there's like a slight sync delay, timing delay, that would make it sound really funny. 2, 1, 2, ready, air. Sweet, that was chart 1. Now we're on chart 2. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and. Awesome. Chart 3. So again, we're doing short on the snare drum. Anything that's a quarter note or longer will be on the bass drum. You can even flip that around the other way. 2, ready, and... Alrighty. Feel like my mic is too close to me. I need to adjust it. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2. Thank you for the likes. Hey, good morning, Jeffrey. Appreciate you stopping in again. It's been a while since I streamed. I almost said strummed. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and... Now we're going to stretch and massage. And then we'll get back into the charts with some other variations. Let me adjust this real quick. Try and move it so it's not like something that I'm chewing on the entire time. Okay. First stretch I like to do. Take your sticks. Hold them palm facing up. Pull in. Pull in. Push out. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, when I said ooh, it made the snare vibrate. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. When we had a marimba set up, it also would like do that. Like, I think it was like D would make like a low D would make the walls rumble. And like, I think it was like a E would make the snare rumble. It was funny to find like what stuff would vibrate to what pitches. If you do traditional, rotate and hold here. And then rotate and hold here. Do that for like 20 or 30 seconds. But I don't do that anymore. So I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to stretch the underside of the forearm. Oh, yeah. You could do it on the wall. The lower you go, the deeper the stretch. I'll just go ahead and do it one at a time. A little bit of a confined space here. Can't really stretch them the way that I would on like tomorrow's stream when I do a drum technique. I'm going to start doing the drum kit streams every other day. And between those, we'll alternate between a technique stream and then a tenor stream. So where we work on like marching tenors and whatnot. So that's what we're going to be doing. A little bit of a change. I was doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday as like drum kit, and then the other days were mainly just like technique stuff, but I need to get back into playing the tenors, so we'll be doing some more of those. We're now stretching the top side of the forearm. I could do it one at a time like this, but if you just do it on your legs like this, it goes twice as fast, so efficiency. Nice. And next up, stretching thumb to thumb. And then this one. So if you do finger to finger, it goes twice as fast. Again, you're just trying to get everything nice and relaxed. Ooh, little ASMR. Enjoy those pops. I was trying to figure out, like, before I jumped on the stream, like, why it wasn't allowing me to hide one of the audio sources in here that's not being used. And so it took me a while to, like, explore that. I couldn't figure it out. So hopefully the EAD10 is working. So the EAD10 is actually a drum module. And yeah, it looks like it's working there. So it allows you to actually like completely change. Which is cool. But it was like not actually triggering. So I would have like played a drum stream with mesh heads and no drum triggers, and it would have sounded terrible. Thankfully, we realized it wasn't working. We're now going to massage now. But I want to be able to have it like up on my screen. Like my vocal mic, I can see like the gain moving. But I can't see the EAD10 one. It's hidden underneath some sources I don't use. Why Streamlabs? Oh, yeah, we're tight. It's like I haven't drummed in over a week. Weird. I'd like fully planned on like streaming throughout this week, but then I was like, I need to just focus and get all those videos done. It took a while, but now we should be streaming regularly again. Woot. So I'm massaging the palm now with the thumb, and then the backside is getting massaged by the fingers. Just trying to relax the hands. And then the last thing we're going to massage are from the base of the fingers to the tips of the fingers to try and get these nice and relaxed. And then we're going to get back into playing some fun different variations for chart reading. Working on Limb Independence. Thank you for the like on YouTube. Appreciate you. We got the vertical and horizontal going. It's nice having that option on YouTube, how you can do both simultaneously. Like on most of the other platforms, it's like you have to choose one or the other. TikTok for a while there was allowing me to like sync it so that I actually had both, so you could switch between the two, which was really cool. But they ended up like changing some settings, and it just like completely broke it for me. So like I couldn't do it. It was weird. Maybe they fixed it, but I don't know. All right, so that was 170, and it was this one. So it was mostly technically proficient. It wasn't very musical yet, but, I mean, we'll get there. So technically proficient. I had fun with it. I enjoyed it. Cool. So the next one I want to do is number 4. So number 4, this one is a lot more involved. Again, this is from Dom's book, 50 Ways to Syncopation. Highly recommend his material. But the way that you play this one, so you play the short notes on the tom. Wow, that's really making that snare go. Tom sounds funny. Sorry, I'm entertaining myself. All right, so the short notes on there. The long notes are on the bass drum and the ride cymbal. And the left hand fills in triplets. So if you play quarter notes, etc., and then your hi-hat is going to be 2 and 4. So ding, 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 ding. Like that. Wacky, right? I'll actually play the same charts that I just did, so that way you can hear how they sound differently with the different type of pattern that you can play. So you can make each one of these charts completely different depending on what you're doing. Okay, so last time I did it was 140, and it was musical. Let's see if we can do that again. So I need to go back to my website, The playlist that I was in, or the playlist that I was in, was this one. So that was 160 to 240. But if we go here, it's got the exact same charts. This is a swung set. There's also a straight version of the eighth notes. But we're going to do it at 140. So we go into the timestamps. Luis, hello. And then we click on 140. And then it'll count you off. And again, you'll actually hear this if you are on YouTube, but I've got it muted because of the sync delay. Here we go. Short notes on tom, long notes on bass drum and ride cymbal, filling in with triplets on snare drum, and 2 and 4 on the hi-hat. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... Did I see the new update for Fortnite? Yeah, I saw that it's a Fortnitemares stuff, which is cool, but I stopped into like Nick A30 stream, and he was like raging about the new saw thing, how you get stuck in a mechanic or something. Felt bad for him. Why did it just go to full screen? What just happened there? That was weird. I didn't press F. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and... What? How'd it stop? Huh. Let me move this even further out of the way. Stay. Be a good mouse. Oh, let me put it up here, actually. You go to Leatherface house, you get jump scared. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to check it out later. I love Halloween. Got married on Halloween. I think it's fun. Sweet. See, it sounds completely different using this new variation for limb independence. It's cool. Same charts, completely different feel. 2, ready, and... now we want to take our mouse out of timeout. Alright, so we played that at 140. It was musical. I had fun with it. Overall, not bad. Ooh, so I just added this thing that takes like the average, or not the average, the mode. So the most frequently used of these, like little indicators on here. So if I played poorly, it needs a lot of work, or maybe it's meh, or maybe it's technically proficient. So like you're able to play the ink on the page, but it doesn't sound musical yet, or musical. So it's nice that it shifted over to musical. That means in general, tend to play that one more musically than the others. Nice. Okay, another one that we're gonna work on today. So this one, let's see. So Samba feet is, we'll go slow with it. So it's like bossa nova, but you play it faster. Okay, so the right hand is gonna play, while the left hand is going to fill in eighth notes. Kind of like what we were doing before, but now it's straight instead of triplets. A little weird, right? It's fun though. Cool. So last time we did this was at 150. Okay. Let's try it at 155. So now we're going to go back to my website, which is linked at the top of the screen, /drum. But we're going to go to the straight charts here. And, you know, I'm going to keep doing charts 1 through 5, just so you can see how it sounds completely different with the exact same chart. But again, there's 55 drum charts in every one of these playlists at different BPMs and whether it's straight or swung. So check them out if you haven't. There's a lot of like fun charts, if I do say so myself, as a person who wrote them all. But we'll just keep doing the same one so you can hear it. And let me move my mouse out of the way. Move that back up. 1, 2, ready, and. So again, you're reading the pattern with the right hand on the ride. You could even do short long if you wanted, like on the bell or the sticks. Can't think. Interesting, right? Foot slurred out. 1, 2, here we go. Cool. Now in this part, like for the first measure of each one of the charts, or first line rather, you could improvise or whatever you want, just keep time. Hey doggo! Hello! Good morning, good morning. Welcome back. A one, a two, here we go. Last chart, and then we'll play another variation. A one, two, here we go. What just happened? Yeah, so that variation that I ended up playing was the next one, like 12.1. So technically we just like went through there. But all I was doing that was different than what I demonstrated was playing the short notes here, the long notes with the side of the stick on the bell. Like that. So otherwise it was the same idea. Boop. Okay, we played it at 155. 155. It was musical. We had fun with it. It's nice getting back into drumming. Ooh, this one's fun too. Okay, so how fast did we do this? 160. Let's try one. I don't know. Maybe we'll go at 165. Okay, so this one's weird. Very weird. It's cool though, I promise. So check this out. So you're gonna play ding, 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 just like a standard swung pattern. And you're going to read the parts with the snare. Why is that cool? Well, because that's in 4/4. For your feet, you're actually going to play in 3/4. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, bass, hi-hat, bass, hi-hat. Like this while you play. Woo, 4/4 with the hands, so. And again, you're reading the parts with the snare. So no short long with this, it's just basically everything is on the snare. But while you're playing 3/4 in the feet and 4/4 in the hands. Weird. And we're doing it at 165. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to go to the swung charts right here. Again, there's 55 drum charts in here. I'm just going to show you the same one over and over so you can just hear how it sounds different. But I highly recommend checking out the other ones. They're fun, if I do say so myself. Spent a lot of time working on writing these charts. And, you know, the thousands of free play-alongs on my website. 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Two, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, ready, and. Ended up back on the downbeat at the start of this particular chart. 2, 1, 2, ready, aim. Let's try. At least in this play along. Again, there's like 50 more in the playlist. 1, 2, ready, aim. Sweet. My left foot is tired. That's a fun variation, right? Cool challenge to be playing in 2 different time signatures simultaneously. Especially to have it so that the charts only line up like every few charts and whatnot. Woo! Woo-wee! Cool. Technically proficient. I enjoyed it. I have fun with it. I approve. And let's go to the next one that I highlighted. So I went in like in advance and was like, which ones do I want to play today? So I highlighted them green. Okay, so Baião pattern. Okay. Let's do this. So Baião pattern. This one's fun. You go with the feet. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. Right, left, both. Oh yeah. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3. Whatever you want with your hands, but we're gonna play a 1 and a 2 and a, but you can improvise on top of it. Cool, right? It's a fun one. So that's Baião. We did it at 200 last time and it was but most of the other times it was fine. Let's try it. It might be out of control, but we're gonna try it. So we need to go back to the website and go to the straight charts. And again, we'll do the same set of charts, but check out the other ones just so you can hear how this pattern sounds differently. Go into the timestamp so we can jump to 200, and we'll try the Baião. We'll see how it sounds. Last time, apparently, it didn't sound good. 2, ready, and... One, 2, here we go. I messed up a little bit. I wasn't able to jump back in. Oh, a two, here we go. Hey, we did it. You can also play on the bell. Two, here we go. One, bell, 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 bell. One and a two and a three and a four. One, two, here we go. Woo-wee! Last chart. One, two, here we go. Sweet. That's a fun one, right? It's groovy. Sometimes. Okay, so we did it at 200. It was mostly technically proficient. We had the obvious, like, complete mishap in the chart one. But I was making progress on it. It was pushed my limits a wee bit for that one. So we'll rate it as that for how I felt. Excellent. Next one we're going to do. So the next one is... Yeah, so there's a V pattern. Okay. So, let's see, how fast? 130. All right. So this one, technically, you don't even really need your left hand. Like, you can do this entirely with just the right hand. So I'm going to have my left hand chill here. So what I'm going to play... Hey, Jeffrey, welcome. On the vertical streams. So you play hi-hat. And then you can play like this, like if you're doing tenors, or you can flip over a Julie Spencer technique. So on the and then snare, and then you repeat that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So again, you can keep your wrist the same angle the whole time, or you can flip it over. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You can also fill in with the left hand if you want. But your right hand is just doing this pattern the entire time. 1 and 2 and... As I lose my stick. Flawless. Cool. So that's what we're going to be doing. And we'll play it at 130. And so we're going back to the charts. And we need to go to the slower playlist that are straight. So straight charts, 100 to 150. 9. We're doing charts 1 through 5. And then we clicky click on 130. And turn the mouse upside down so it doesn't mess up. Two, ready, and again, I'm just letting my left hand chill, but you can fill it in like I was kind of demonstrating. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, and improvise here. You can talk to your chat, whatever you want to do. On the first line of each one of these charts. Again, there's 50 more charts. 2, ready, and I missed the hi-hat and hit the drum trigger. Sorry, that's probably really loud on your end. Yeah, so instead of hitting the hi-hat, apparently I hit that, so my bad. 1, 2, 1, 2, here we go. Thank you for the like on TikTok. Appreciate ya. And again, this play along, it actually plays a ride pattern for you, and you can actually hear the short long for what you see on the screen, but I've got it muted on your end so I can hear it, but you can't. 2, here we go. It even counts you off and all that. Is today stream a drum exercise stream? For right now, in like 30 minutes, I'm gonna play Rise of the Ronin. But I've got one more thing that I'm gonna play after this, and then I'll tear this down and get ready for Rise of the Ronin. what was screwing me up is I kept missing the hi-hat, and I would like stop it so I wouldn't hit like I did that one time, and it like screwed up the rest of the playing. So overall though, it's like fine. It was just me trying to not blast your eardrums. So you're welcome for that. 130? Yeah. Mostly technically proficient. I have fun with it. That's a cool one, right? It's actually more enjoyable for me to play that one slow. So instead of like really playing through that one quick, like if you slow this one down, because you're just keeping this pattern, you fill in whatever you want with the left hand, and then let your foot have fun with it. So experiment with that one if you're so inclined to do so. Okay, so next one is the foot. Thank you. So this one, whew, this one is difficult. This is a grind. So last time we did 145 to 149. What are we doing? The same thing that I like to do at the end of every stream. Try and take over the world, Pinky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play snare, snare, bass. my bass technique is off. Bass, just two basses. Snare, snare, bass, bass. Snare, snare, bass, bass. Okay, so when I'm doing this, let me change that. I'm trying to get bass, bass. So a double stroke with the foot, essentially, with like heel platform or heel toe, as it's often referred to as. Am I self-taught? No. So I've gotten lessons from like world-class people. But if you go to /CB on my website, you can see that here. So I have a bachelor's, master's, and PhD in music education. And then most of that has been like rudimental stuff. So if we scroll down, you can see like where I performed and then who I've studied with on the different stuff. But drum kit, I've spent the least amount of time working on. So most of it has been like rudimental and then concert stuff. But I studied mainly with Dom Moyle on drum kit. And yeah, so we're using his book for this stuff. But anyways, so rebound, good question. You can actually find rebound in the timing transitions right here. And it's this one toward the top. All these ones that say members first are coming out for free, so don't worry about it. I promise, they'll be free. Okay, so 145 to 149. So it starts off like, oh, it's just quarter notes. This is easy. But then it quickly gets like, oof, very difficult. So let's see how we do. So again, it's just snare, snare, bass, bass. Ready? And snare, snare, bass, bass. Snare, snare, bass, bass. Jeffrey, hello on YouTube. That's weird, right? It's a good way to work on your foot, though. Thank you for all the shares. I appreciate it. My foot's tired. It's hard. And again, another one. Yeah, it's slowing down. My bass drum is slowing down. Sorry, my snare was like hitting my knee. Or I guess my knee was hitting the snare, rather. Because, you know, the snare's not trying to attack me. Or maybe it is. Ah! Last rep. What happened there? It's like the drum trigger like slipped. That was weird. Oh, my foot. That's a good one, right? It's fun. This one was pushing my limits. We'll just adjust that. It was mostly technically proficient, but yikes. That was hard. So that's just some of the many ways that you can use like these drum charts, which again, linked here. And they're free. All the ones that say members first, I promise, are scheduled to release. But there's like 200 and, I don't know, like 18 or something that are currently scheduled. So there's a lot. But all the charts are here. And then all the timing stuff are there. If you're unsure like how I developed the limb independence and you want to learn how to do that, this highlight reel from one of my streams explicitly talks about like how I develop it for all those patterns that you just saw. But the books that I mentioned are 50 Ways to Syncopation by Don Moyle. And then New Breed 1 and New Breed 2 by Gary Chester. And again, you can find all of that if you scroll past the technique stuff and go to the tips section. It's this very first link right here, the books and gear I recommend. There's a ton of books in here that I recommend for drum kit, for mallets, rudimental, concert snare, timpani. Here's the pedal I'm using. Here are the low volume cymbals, the low volume heads, and then like the sticks that I use are the Jack DeJohnette's. Etc. You can find even like, well, what kind of camera are you using? All that stuff. These are affiliate links, so it does help me out if you use them, if you're using the Amazon ones. So thank you for the people who have. I get like 4% back from Amazon. No extra cost to you. But if you enjoy this stuff, share this link to the website or share the YouTube channel and just go to the home tab with all the drumming playlists in there. Which again, I added at the top of every single one of these playlists a video that just kind of gives you a preview of like how to use the resources. So if you haven't checked that out yet, keep right-clicking. Go ahead and do so. I'm going to tear this thing down. I'm going to get ready for some Rise of the Ronin. We should be streaming that probably in about 20 or so minutes. But I appreciate everybody stopping by on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, wherever. But I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and goodbye.